I should have taken notes. I should have taken notes. I should have taken notes. So, I finally picked up A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. Yes. For some reason I want to say Novak. Novak. Kind of different, I want to say. Anyway, that's beside the point. Finally picked this one up. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to read it again. Honestly, I thought finishing this book, I was like, I should have taken notes, because there's so many like intricate details that obviously did not stick in my brain, and I should have taken notes, but I did not. So I'm gonna have to read the book again, which I think I will do after I've read these from the library. I think I'm gonna try to hunt down the books, and this is just after having read the first book, so that's an interesting take. I'm gonna have to hunt them down and buy them and read them all over again, because, okay, so many things. So the Scholomance, it's lesson 1 of the Scholomance. Did they say that on all of the thingamajig? Anyway, it's a school of magic. However, there are no teachers, there are no classes, and, you know, friendships, well, they're purely strategical, because well, you can't really walk down the halls on your own. You need like a buddy system in place, and there's so many things. I don't even know where to begin. It's definitely that dark academia. I'm gonna see if I can show you, because I can't show you the whole thing because the library has taped this bit down. Anyway, so yeah, this is the school. This is like Babel. So R.F. Kuang wrote the Babel, meaning baby belts, blah, 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 which is this tower in Oxford, which is basically all of learning. And this is what, this is giving me, those vibes. And also a bit of Olivie Blake's The Atlas Six. Now, I know this book came out way before those, so it's not the same. This isn't inspired by that. However, because I read those books first, those are the vibes I'm getting, and those are the vibes I'm loving. So, why is my nose itchy? Gonna be a red nose. There's this whole thing of like the magic systems, I suppose, because you can be like different kind of magic users. This is why I needed the notes, the note taking, because there was so many like details of it that had me confused. So this is why I'm gonna need to read it again to like get into the whole thing. Not because it's complicated. Well, it is in a way, but it's just that it's so many things, so many small things that I was just in awe. Yeah. So there's a whole magic system thing of this book, this world, and the way, I mean, the way they're using it, and the, oh, I don't know, it's the whole thing. It's basically, they're locked in rooms and can't get out, but it's like, so it's a bit like you need to leave your room at some points every now and again, because pretty sure you cannot stock a tiny room full of food and stuff unless you go out every now and again. But you need to go, well, you need a buddy to go down the halls, because it's dangerous. And what's killing people? Oh, the law. Magic, monsters, other people. I did see, however, so when I went on Goodreads to like put in that I've read this book, I did see there's been a bit of a controversy behind it before, something about racism and stuff. I'm not up to date on that. I just glanced it, and I don't remember hearing about it. I remember something, but also I could just be making it up. There's that. I know there's something, but I also think that Naomi Novik did apologize for whatever it was, so take that with a grain of salt, or however that phrase goes. Anyway, I'm gonna go read book number 2 because I am super excited. It's like this book was written for me. This is the kind of stuff I like. I love it. I bloody love it. Damn it. Damn. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. So, second book, The Last Graduate. I'm gonna say the same thing I said for book 1. I should have taken notes. I should have taken notes, and I should take notes for when I start book 3. Will I do that? Probably not, so we're just gonna go with it. Anyway, so, book number 2, it is the last year for well, I want to say gang, because in the first one, she's kind of alone. What's her name again? L? So she's kind of alone. She like is acquainted with people around her, but she's kind of alone. But then towards the end, she kind of gains some friends. So in book 2, we have friends. Yes. We also see a whole lot more of like these, what's it called again? Maleficaria? Something like that. The monsters. Let's just call them monsters because pronunciations and me remembering what the hell it was, no. Anyway, so the monsters that just eats the students, as it were, because there's no teachers. Yeah, they, well, what to say? So they find out a whole lot more we find out a whole lot more, rather. We also find that Elle kind of gets little minions in the form of first years, which was kind of funny in a way. And I was also like, where did these people come from? I mean, people seem to be coming into this school willy-nilly every year, so there's that. So we get a kind of showdown towards the end where basically they've tried to get all these monsters in one place by using like a honeypot kind of a deal and just like lure them in. And they supposedly they're gonna destroy them and the school, gonna close the school somehow, as well as, you know, get all the students out first, you know, save the people, kill the monsters kind of a deal. We get a big ass cliffhanger. What? I mean, it was kind of the same thing with book number 1. We got a cliffhanger for book 2, and I can definitely see a lot of people were maybe perhaps not upset, but like very passionate about wanting the next book, because oh damn, yeah, there's not a whole lot I can say about this book because there's going to be too many spoilers, but that's basically the gist of it. It has me hooked on, yes, I mean, I really do need to go read book 3 now. I should take notes, but I probably won't, so yeah, next clip will be, I did not take any notes. Wanna bet? Also, so much fun. The Golden Enclaves, the last book in the trilogy. So, I think I said in the previous clips, but there was one thing, because we're in book 1 and book 2, we are like stuck in the school. So all we really see is the school and what happens at this school. Basically, everyone being eaten by monsters or potentially gonna get eaten by monsters, basically that. But what I wanted to know was, like, how does the world outside look? Because all we see is like this monsterish school where you go in for 4 years hoping to get out at graduation. It's not a certain, there's there's no certainty that you will get out or even live your first year or second or third. There's nothing that says you will survive this. So basically, my thought was, okay, so if this is how the school is, and people are like, well, voluntarily going there, what the hell does the world look like? Well, we see how the world's looking in this book. Honestly, I still don't really... I still think the school is more dangerous than the outside world. The only thing that's like really differentiating between the school and the outside world is that in the outside world, we have all these... What are they called in this one? I want to say muggles, but that's a different world altogether. Mundanes? Could that be it? Normal people who aren't, you know, wizards. Apparently everyone is a wizard, whichever gender you are, you're a wizard. Okay, doesn't matter, it's same. Basically, in the beginning of the book, she gets out of the school. She's like kicked out of the school, thrown out, whichever wording you want to choose. It's basically that. She's out in the real world again, back with her mum in Wales. And that was one thing as well, because I felt like in this book, she was very British, let's say. She had very British, like, wording every now and again. And I did not notice that in book 1 and 2. I may have missed it completely, or it wasn't there. Who knows? I don't know. I have said previously I should have taken notes. Have I done it now? No, I have not. So we in the beginning we see Elle basically thoroughly depressed. And then some friends from school comes to visit saying they need her help. Come with us now. She's like, oh fine, yeah, sure, I'll come with you. I'll help you with your little issue. Basically it's one of those Malmouth that's terrorizing one of the enclaves, basically about to tear it down, more or less, because this is the beginning of the book. She does the deed. She kills the thing. She kills the monster, and then other things start happening. Politics. Anyway, they kind of run out of this enclave, well, sneak out sneakily, and that's just the beginning of the story. So basically, in this book, she is trying to save enclaves, or rebuild them as a kind of thing. So while she's been at the school, she's been trying to like do research, because she has these things which I cannot remember what they called, something beginning with S. Anyway, which basically her mum and her dad, we find out, had been working towards. There was kind of their dream, but now it's her job to do. Yeah, basically she has the ability to make this happen, because it's a kind of a yin and yang situation. We'll find out later what the opposite of her is. Basically, it's a bad thing. So there are all these enclaves around the world, which is basically the safe haven for the wizards, basically where they can stay safe from the monsters and, you know, store their magical power, or their, what's the word, mana, one of those, and basically build that up to become even more powerful. But there's a twist to that whole story, because the way these enclaves have been built, once upon a time, some idiots, I want to say, thought of a way to make this safe place. But to get this safe place full of power, well, eventually, you had to do a bad thing. So you had to do a bad thing to make a good thing. However, when you did this bad thing to make the good thing, you also made a terrible thing. Yeah. We find out how the Malmouths were created, and I'm not saying that word correctly, I don't feel. Anyway, we find out how the big ass monsters were created. Yeah, some idiots. Anyway, we know Elle can kill them from the previous books, and she does this very easily in the beginning of this book as well. So basically, it's her life's mission, not like her choice in the wording, but it's like her life's mission to kill all the monsters. However, once you kill the monster, one of the enclaves, whoever has the connection between the two, starts crumbling down. So now you have this, what do we do? What do we do? Well, she also has the ability to make the enclaves, you know, stable, to create enclaves, not by doing a bad thing, but actually by asking for a good thing, you know, kindly. That's basically it. Basically, it's in a very convoluted, I don't know, roundabout way. I'm not explaining this well. Am I ever? No. I basically just sat down and started chatting about the book. I mean, like I usually do, let's be honest. Anyway, I did say there's a opposite of Elle. Yes. Spoiler, I'm not gonna say who it is, but spoiler, there is a human Malmouth. Basically, this character can just swallow up the Malmouth, and we know that Malmouths basically swallow up wizards, so the wizards are kind of alive but not actually alive. They're dead inside, but they're still like screaming, thinking they're alive thing. So basically, yeah, there's a human Malmouth, and the only one who can destroy this human Malmouth happens to be Elle. Yeah, because they are very hard to kill. Yes, yes. So, very kind of spoilery, I guess, explanation of book 3. I want to say we do get a happy ending to it all. Well, happy ending, it's more like this could potentially be a very good thing, but we have to work to get to it. So we're like left sort of hanging, not like in a cliffhanger way, but we're left sort of like hanging, we're left sort of hanging, like we need to make up our own minds, or like make up what happens next, because basically the choice is there you can continue on doing a good thing and eventually it will be good, hopefully, if everyone cooperates and goes along the same path. But at the same time, there are gonna be some people who wanna go the cheating way because it's easier and faster. Yeah, so it's gonna be like that. So it's left kind of open-ended, but I want to be hopeful and say they succeed. Elle and everyone else, they succeed with the good thing, and everyone is safe and happy without the monsters of the world. I mean, there's always going to be greedy people, but at least there's not someone that's going to come and eat you for having power, basically. Anyway, so the whole trilogy, I need to read it again. I definitely need to buy these books. All the library books, by the way. I don't treat my books this way. This is very well read. Anyway, which is a good thing, by the way. It also is full of stains. It was kind of disgusting at some pages, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I definitely need to buy this trilogy and definitely need to read it again, maybe more than once. And I feel like there were a lot of bits and pieces here and there that I may have missed. But also, I know, like, just reading the text, it does jump every now and again, so we'll have this, we'll be in the middle of something, and all of a sudden, Elle has this revelation. However, she doesn't have the revelation on text, on the page. It's just like, I've had a revelation and we don't know what it is. And it's just like, I know exactly what's happened. And this is like, wow. And we're like, as a reader, we're like, well, what is it? tell us how you came to this conclusion, because you just came to the conclusion. So there may be some bits in here and there I have missed completely because there's not actually on the page. The character has had a thought, but it was not on the page. We just got the result. We didn't get the calculation towards the result. We just got the conclusion of it all. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make you as a reader feel like you're missing bits and pieces here and there. So technically why I need to read it again. Also, I kind of really liked this whole world. It was fascinating. It was fascinating. The whole concept of you being in a school where there's no teachers and basically you're just trying to survive. Because there's monsters about. At the same time, you're trying to learn things. Like it isn't hard enough to learn things. Now you have monsters after you? Hell yeah. Highly entertained. I don't know why I like that. I don't want to be at that kind of school. But also, yeah, I don't want to be at a school, period. But it was just intriguing. It was captivating. It was intriguing. It was exciting. It was confusing at times because what? But also, I was so entertained. I bloody loved it. Definitely up there. I definitely need to read it again. It's definitely my kind of vibe as a story, I guess. But yeah, I do need to read it again. I do. So end of the video. Have you read this trilogy? Do you want to read this trilogy? Let me know. Let me know. The only Naomi Novik book I've read, I don't remember the name of it all of a sudden. Spinning Silver, was that it? That I read that and it didn't captivate me. It didn't drag me in. Possibly because there were a lot of different characters and different point of views and we didn't really get who's who, whereas in this one we have the one. We just follow that. It makes it a lot easier, especially when it's such a complicated telling story as it is. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.